Hello, and welcome back to Echo of Wisdom. In this second part, I invite you to continue with me in lifting the veil of awakening, to listen to echoes that transcend time, where every story and every philosophy is like a lamp illuminating the soul. We will walk together through simple yet profound lessons about the inevitable change of all things, about the power of the mind in shaping joy and sorrow, about the law of cause and effect, about forgiveness, wisdom, and the freedom that comes when we learn to let go. Every section is a step forward. Every idea is a bell of remembrance. And on this journey, we not only hear the echoes of ancient wisdom, but also the echoes from within our own hearts. 1. Everything in life comes and goes. Look at the river. Not a single drop of water can be held back, and yet the river always flows, always renews itself. So it is with life. Whatever appears, love, success, even a relationship that feels eternal, will eventually follow the law of arising, abiding, changing, and passing away. Like the breeze, we can stretch out our hands to enjoy its coolness, but we cannot trap the wind in our palms. It is the leaving of the wind that keeps the world in motion. Like a flower that blooms and withers, if flowers never faded, there would be no more spring. Decay is the very condition for life to continue. There are things we cherish so much that we want to hold tight. Youth, love, a beloved hand we long for. But our arms are too small to hold the infinite. If you clutch a butterfly too tightly, it dies. Release it, and you see its beauty and freedom. So it is even with lifelong fidelity. Eventually, we too must let go, because human life itself is finite. The tragedy is not in change itself, but in our refusal to accept it. Everything follows an unchanging law: birth, existence, transformation, and dissolution. A tree, a star, a civilization, a romance, none can escape it. When we resist, we suffer. When we flow with it, we find serenity. The universe teaches us daily the lesson of letting go. A star burns bright and then collapses, giving birth to new worlds. The earth spins to create day and night. A stalk of rice bows down to sow seeds for the next harvest, all except departure, so that arrival can be possible. If even the universe clings to nothing, how could we, mere fragile humans, hold on forever? When we truly see this, we stop lamenting fate and instead give thanks. I once had it. Grateful for being loved, for being alive, for once holding a hand, for hearing a familiar voice. That gratitude transforms loss into gift, departure into continuation, and us into beings who are free. 2. All joy and sorrow arise from the mind. Each of us is like an artist painting upon the canvas of our life. The same sunset, an optimist paints it in radiant colors, a pessimist in gloomy hues. Yet the sky itself is just the sky. It does not choose its shade. It is our mind that holds the brush. 2 people stand under the rain. One complains at a soaked shirt. The other smiles at the music of raindrops on the roof. The same event, yet 2 entirely different worlds. The mind is like a colored lens. If it is dusty and dark, everything appears bleak. If it is clear and bright, the world remains the same, but the heart is light. The mind is like a musical instrument. The same string, if plucked with tension, produces harsh sound. If touched with ease, the note is gentle. Or think of the moon reflected on water. The moon above is always full and bright, but when the water is disturbed, the reflection is distorted. When the water is still, the moon appears clearly. So in life, every joy or sorrow, every heaviness or lightness, arises from our own thought. The challenge is not to escape thought, but to transform it, so it leads us toward peace instead of imprisoning us in pain. Those who understand this truth will live lightly, like clouds floating, even as the winds change. 3. What we sow today, we will reap tomorrow. People often ask, why am I unhappy? Why must I endure this? But rarely do we pause to see. It is the seeds we ourselves planted yesterday. Do not underestimate a moment of anger, a touch of selfishness, or a careless word. They do not vanish. They only wait, ready to sprout. And do not overlook a smile, a forgiveness, a kind encouragement, for these two can grow into a whole garden of peace. The law of cause and effect is like an echo in the mountains. If you shout in anger, anger returns. If you call gently, the echo replies in gentleness. Or like a river. Drop a flower, it carries fragrance and coolness downstream. Throw waste, it returns pollution. The universe has no bias. It simply reflects what we give. The wise are not afraid of karma. They are grateful for it. Because through it, the future is still in our hands. If yesterday we sowed suffering, today we can begin sowing goodness. No effort is lost. Everything is recorded in the impartial ledger of the cosmos. When we tend the garden of our mind with the sunlight of mindfulness and the water of compassion, one day we will see it bloom with countless flowers. And then we understand, happiness does not come from miracles outside, but from the small seeds we sow each and every day. 4. Forgiveness is liberation. Letting go is wisdom. Thich Nhat Hanh once taught, forgiveness is not only to bring ease to others, but also to help ourselves return to peace. When we hold on to resentment, we imprison ourselves in the dungeon of suffering. Letting go is wisdom. Forgiveness is liberation. It is the path that leads us back to freedom and love. Anger is like fire. The tighter we hold it within, the more fiercely it burns, consuming us long before it ever reaches another. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting the wound, but healing it. When we open our hearts to forgive, anger dissolves, making room for understanding and compassion to blossom. To forgive does not mean we agree with wrongdoing, nor does it erase the harm once done. Forgiveness simply means refusing to keep carrying the burden on our shoulders. For as long as we cling to hatred, we can never truly be free. Those who hurt us are also human beings caught in their own suffering. To recognize this is to open the door of forgiveness. And when we forgive, we not only release the other person, we also unlock a vast sky within our own hearts. Letting go does not make us weak. It is a sign of great strength. Forgiving does not make us lose. It restores to us a profound peace. Only through forgiveness can we live fully in the present, unchained from the past. Forgiveness, then, is a gift we give to others, and the greatest gift we give to ourselves. 5. Wisdom arises when the mind is silent. Wisdom does not come from piling up endless knowledge, but from a mind that is clear and unburdened. People often think wisdom is gained through accumulating information, but the more we gather, the heavier the mind becomes. Knowledge can sharpen reasoning, yet it may not open the path to awakening. True wisdom emerges when the mind is no longer clouded by craving, fear, or hatred. When the mind is still, like a calm lake with no ripples, the vast sky reflects clearly upon it. Silence becomes the space where light can shine through. When we release the noise of thoughts, the empty mind reveals wisdom, bright and natural, like the sun breaking through after heavy clouds. Wisdom, then, is not about learning something new, but about seeing clearly what has always been there. Not about adding, but about cleansing, to return to the innate purity of mind. 6. Right and wrong, good and bad are only concepts. There is no universal standard for everyone. In this world, each person is on a unique journey. What is true for one may be meaningless for another. What is called good today may no longer be appropriate tomorrow. Right and wrong, good and bad, they are only labels created by human perception, shaped by culture, time, and individual experience. What we call standards are merely temporary frameworks that allow society to function, not eternal truths. If we cling tightly to judgments, we trap ourselves within narrow boundaries, but when we look deeper, we see that each person is walking their own path, learning the lessons they must face. No one can live another's life, and no one has the right to define it. Wisdom lies in listening, in recognizing, and in respecting differences. When we no longer obsess over right or wrong, good or bad, our minds expand with compassion, spaciousness, and peace.